Good evening. I am Reginald Ignatius III, and you have stumbled across the Latency Lounge. You lucky devil. Tonight's billing sees a conversation of at least 30 minutes at length, discussing video games, live music from the Ice-T fanatics. It's sure to entertain. Oh, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the sultry tones of Kieran, John, Daniel, and Nathan as they guide you through the night. I do hope you'll stick around. We're here in the Latency Lounge, where it is always every time. Kind of like Slaughterhouse 5. We're almost living in the dimension where the aliens in Slaughterhouse 5s are, where time, we can perceive time, and it's stretching out before us in continuum, constantly going on and on. We can see before and after. We can see everything in this little room. And yet still we have the same shit band. And we have the same shit drinks.
Right, shit
and
band.
We have the same shit.
Shit band is. I
the Ice-T fanatics. You think they're
the Ice-T fanatics? I mean, you've got Lipton.
Mm-hmm.
You've got. I mean, they're all called Lipton.
There's 5.
Are they sponsored?
There's a drummer. No, they distance themselves from any sort of sponsorship from Ice-T, but they write. What's the word for productivity?
Productivity?
Consumer.
No. Prolifically about iced tea and all the different flavours.
Yeah.
Constantly writing.
I'm a basic bitch. I just like lemon.
Hibiscus, I think.
I've never tried that.
No?
That might be the most middle class thing.
Hibiscus.
I've ever said.
I like his hibiscus tea.
Do you know the most middle class thing I've ever said?
Oh, I forgot the couscous.
Yes. I got back from a shopping trip and went, oh no, I forgot the couscous.
Well, here we are in the drudgery of the Latency Lounge. Mike and Cheryl tending the bar, as they always do.
Mike has after last week, kindly obliged to put an eye patch over.
He's got like the Jimi
eye.
Hendrix headband on.
Yeah.
He may have a tab of acid underneath there.
On his eye.
On his eye.
Has anyone ever tried that? Just sticking a tab of acid on their
Eye
right
and see what would happen.
Not my bag.
Not my bag, baby.
Fair
And
Would it work?
as with our last podcast, we have
you can eye vodka.
Yeah, I know you do alcohol.
So you could probably it'd work.
we have 2 guests
You'd be better off putting up your arse.
because Bruno has been ejected from the scene. So we only have Adele and we have Ben.
Yeah.
We did
Sorry
walk
about
through
my
the
friend.
door with John, but we don't know where he went. He was
He
here.
got stuck in Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that episode will have even aired at this point. We haven't put any out yet.
He's in Birmingham though. He did say he was going to be here. We believe we did walk through the door with him, but he's just not shut.
He's not having a good time.
No.
He's in Birmingham.
Yeah, he's in Birmingham.
Birmingham,
But Birmingham,
Alabama?
Yeah, USA. Well, we don't know where.
Where's Birmingham in the USA?
Alabama.
Yeah, he's in Alabama then.
Where would you
Watching
have a worse time?
He's watching Ultimate
in
Frisbee
Birmingham,
in Alabama.
or
In Birmingham, Alabama.
Midlands?
Beautiful.
He did wish he could be here tonight, but sadly we couldn't afford to fly back, so he's homeless.
He is. He's living in the caravan park out in Alabama.
Yeah, sadly. We'll see him again, eventually.
But there is something we're here to talk about, as we always do, day after day, in this purgatory that is the Latency Lounge.
Hellhole.
And that's video games. Yet another group of people talking about it.
Don't you
Adele,
want-
what have you been playing?
COD on the mobile.
COD on mobile. How does that
Yeah.
differ from COD on console?
Is it COD 7?
Huh?
Because I was literally just on the App Store and I saw a thing that said COD 7.
Nah, I think it's called mobile. It's still called mobile. I use it for it.
Yeah.
COD Mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I do like playing on the console, but like, it's just
What's your loadout?
I think it's the SP50. It's like a sniper.
What's your site now?
Gun. gun.
A wee gun.
I don't know what it's called.
What's your gun? Used to kill
Perks.
folk.
Oh,
They
just
have all
smoke
that?
grenade
Yeah, I think the battle royale ones is
and
quite good
fast
as well.
stuff.
It's actually surprisingly quite a good mobile
The
battle royale.
Warzone.
Yeah, I think it still falls
Yeah, it's
under.
like
It still falls
battle.
under the app though, so it's quite like a hefty app for a phone.
I'd say PUBG's the better battle royale.
But they add like weird shit to it. If I remember, it's just hard to jump on your game.
No.
I played it. I
Weird
played it.
shit.
Like,
Like
there's
Fortnite dances.
No, there's like little
And
missions.
tagging.
There's like missions you can do during the game where like you kill some weird fucking big zombie thing, and it gives you like extra drops and stuff of ammo and stuff.
I remember
Extra
COD
drops
Zombies.
of acid.
Yeah, it's.
No. When David Tennant was in COD Zombies and the woman who played Buffy the Vampire
Oh
Slayer.
yes, you
Yeah.
were. Yeah, for
The Scot-
COD
the
World
only
War
Michelle,
II.
yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Geller.
Gellar.
Sarah Michelle. I think it's Geller.
Yellow? Who the fuck's
I don't know.
And the guy who played Uther Pendragon from Merlin.
Merlin. Oh, yeah, no, it's I don't know the fucking
Who's-
name, but like, I know
Who's
you're
Uther
talking.
Pendra? I don't. I remember
Anthony something.
Anthony Head,
Hmm.
who is his daughter's in between.
You like Buffy, Ben?
Don't fucking out me.
I'm not outing you. Just because Joss Whedon got outed as a creep.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Buffy's great.
That was a yeah. He just went. It's well established that he's a piece of
Shit.
shit.
They're not bringing that back, or is that dead now? Buffy.
Were they doing another? Because
I
they
know
did
they're
Angel, right?
They're
Oh, yeah,
doing
Angel
lots
was
of
trash.
spin-offs now,
Loving
so I don't know if it's one.
angels in Spain.
Gonna get a copyright strike.
Yeah, no, we should probably stop singing that.
That's just fair use.
Wait.
Robbie's fine.
An angel's visiting us in limbo from heaven. He's got slick back hair and a black cape.
He's handing us cease and desist.
He looks an awful lot like the man from Love Actually and Harry Potter.
And also,
He's approaching us at the table.
you've got a smidge of Hans Gruber about him. A kind.
He almost looks like he acted alongside.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh,
Would you like a
he's
drink?
reanimating. He's reanimating.
Where the fuck am I?
Who are you?
What is this horse shit?
But who
This
are you?
place is a fucking stink. Oh,
Right, keep your voice down.
What?
Mike and Cheryl are at the bar. Like,
what did I do to deserve to be here?
who are you?
I
Who are
thought
visiting us
I lived
from
a
the
good
beyond?
life, didn't I?
You were in Robin Hood. That's what you did.
You dug someone's heart out with a spoon,
I
right?
was young.
You were young. Young and able. But yet you died so young. Alan Rickman?
What? Oh yeah. No, I'm just a man with a
A
sinus
frog.
infection.
What's it like in the beyond, Alan?
This is all I've known. I was
Well, see, the thing is,
I was
that
sitting comfortably in the void. I was back in my mother's womb.
you're back in your mother's womb.
Don't kink shame me.
Do you see? The thing is, you played a ghost in that film with Emma Thompson, right? You played her husband who came back. Is this
Love
like
Actually.
bringing up anything? It wasn't Love Actually.
He was dead the whole time. She
But
was.
there wasn't
She
a
was
film.
reimagining him having an affair the whole time.
How is this? Do you have any remembrance of that role? Like, is there any uncanny valley to this?
At least in that film, I was shagging Emma Thompson. Here, this place is an absolute dive. When was the last? There's fucking sick on the floor.
Yep, there's sick on the floor. There's rats on. Well, they're not really rats. They're kind of like amorphous creatures that.
If you imagine the
resemble
type of
rats.
shit that you see, like when you go to Chernobyl.
They're pretty
Like,
nice
those
though.
those
Like,
types of creatures.
as long as you don't like annoy them, they just kind of run around. You can't
Yeah.
stand on them though, because they'll eat you.
Just don't step on them.
It's a lesson for all of us. Just let them be.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Call of Duty, Alan Rickman?
No, I don't go in for that military propaganda.
Are you much?
Really? Because you were in a film
Shut
about
up.
military
Alright, no.
propaganda.
No, I don't think so. That is not aligned with my political
which
ideals.
film?
The last film he filmed before he died. It was kind of like an attack on military propaganda. I can't remember what it was called, but he played a British officer who was trying to decide whether to airstrike Taliban headquarters, and
The
there were
answer is
civilians
yes.
around.
Paul Blart Mall Cop? No.
Yes.
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
As we know, you played Paul Blart.
Yeah,
Can you give us a
it's
few lines?
A little. The joke is I'm fat and silly.
And obviously, yeah,
What
pretty much.
was it like filming Grown Ups too?
I don't know. I must have been completely
Can
fucked
you
on
teach us how-
Xanax.
Can you teach us how to burp snarl?
There's a good like.
You ate a banana with your asshole,
good
right, Alan
try-
Rickman? Right?
Don't kink shit. What? Where?
In your mother's womb? Alan Rickman?
You got pissed on by a deer.
How do you know this? Who are you?
We're the Beyond, Alan Rickman,
Oh, wait,
and you're in our
wait,
territory.
I need to go further back in my throat.
That's what she
What
said.
does?
Well,
Banana.
Your mother's fetus?
no, I was just reliving a fantasy. Just leave me alone, alright?
Wait, someone else is approaching from the stands. Out of the haze. Who is this? None other than Irish playwright, back again, Brian Friel?
Is this where you want me to speak?
Yes, Brian Friel, if you wouldn't mind having a conversation with Alan Rickman.
Oh,
Alan
right.
Rickman.
So
I'm not familiar with you. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuffed up just now. I'm not familiar with your work. Sorry. There we go.
You're not
That's it.
familiar with
I can't turn to the side and do the voice. It's
It's almost as if
I'm
the
gonna
voice
have to.
gets trapped in your throat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at you with my periphery vision.
you're not familiar with my work. I was one of the greatest, probably the greatest Irish playwright of all time.
Remind me of your name again.
Brian Fredo.
Nah.
Brian
Yes.
Fredo.
Brian.
Fredo.
No.
Brian
Brian.
Fredo.
No.
Fredo. I wrote a play called Lovers.
No.
Right.
I was in that. I was in Love Actually. Yes, is that? I'm sorry. A little known fact about me: I had a terrible Xanax addiction since the age of 3. So
The age of 3?
I've very little.
Was that? Did you seek out the Xanax at age 3, or were you provided the Xanax?
My mother gave it to me in the womb.
So it was like a heroin baby, that kind of thing.
Yes, it was.
You were born addicted to Xanax.
But he wasn't born to the age of 3-year-old, right?
He was born at the age 3.
She recognized.
Wait, I need to write this down. I'm gonna write a play
This is
about
inspiration.
This is great.
She recognized I had a weird fixation with crawling back into her womb, so she thought the best way to.
It's quite Freudian. Quite Freudian.
Don't talk to me about that hack. But yes.
Well, why don't Alan and Brian, you go get a drink at the bar and, hash things out
I think
in
I
the
will.
afterlife?
Do they have Xanax?
They have everything
I,
here.
I've not had Xanax. I've had a.
This is a new experience for you, Brian.
Oh, I can pop it up your ass if
I
you
have
want.
to say, Alan, have you ever had opium?
Xanax isn't an opioid, I think.
Well,
He's talking about the pure shit.
I heard through the grapevine that there's
Heard it through the grapevine.
that there's an opium den right next door.
Oh, so this is heaven then.
You know how to leave?
No,
He can't leave.
Like-
He's here all the time.
last time.
Yeah. You sort of
You
passed
know
that.
the Russian roulette.
Oh, yeah.
I was involved.
So if you die in the Latency Lounge, you get transported to an opium den.
Can
No,
someone pass me a gun?
It's the same.
It's a bit better.
It's the same place, really.
Okay.
It's just
Just
downstairs.
different decor.
It's the janitor closet.
There's just a little. There's the sort of brains on the wall are replaced by shit.
Mm.
Piss.
And come.
can.
That's exactly my kind of vibe. Oh,
Beautiful. Well, why don't you two shuffle off to that area?
What am I doing? Foley?
Yeah, shuffle.
I've got trotters.
Alan Rickman's got hooves.
Don't body
He's got
shame
a
me.
Xanax and he's got hooves. Beautiful. Well, Ben, what have you been playing?
I think Alan Rickman shit himself.
Don't ignore him. He's away now. What have you been playing in the video game world, Ben?
Well, I mean, I just started Disco Elysium again, but like, I don't know.
We can discuss that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I talked about it on a podcast that will never see the light of day.
Mhm.
So it's never been discussed before.
Great. So, like, Disco Elysium, I think, is probably at least the best written game in existence, in my opinion.
Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
I would kind of like to see the film Elysium with a disco soundtrack.
with the airplane disco
Just
dance
just a
sequence
little
in the
bit
middle of this
just a little bit of like
This
Casey
very-
and the Sunshine Band in there. Or,
on the nose Matt Damon's class war parable.
There's actually, like, weirdly very little disco in the game, isn't there?
There's
Like,
just hardcore and
yeah.
hardcore.
Hardcore to the max. But, yeah,
Explain
no,
Disco Elysium.
So, you wake up as a amnesiac detective. You have no recollection of your former self, like, and you have to. Well, at the start, you allocate points into four different like sets of
There are
skills,
about
like
35 skills, right?
Yeah, but like there's four different
Somebody
categories.
say skills.
There's intellect. There's
Liam
psyche.
Neeson?
Wait, if we're gonna talk about skills, then we need to talk about mine. I've got a certain set of skills. Skills that make me.
You're dead? Liam Neeson died?
I'm just here.
He just shows up.
Liam Neeson is a trans-dimensional being?
I'm the place between life and death
Oh my god.
all the time.
I heard he was a co-owner, but I didn't realise he actually showed up. I thought he was just one of those guys that just puts money.
You have a
into-
stake in the Latency Lounge, don't you?
I may have gambled all my life savings in this place.
And your life away. Much like there's stakes in trans-dimensional planes of reality in Disco Elysium.
Oh yeah, spoilers. All right, like yeah, no. So the world is like it's like a kind of like a parallel version of ours, but like with a lot more sort of supernatural and cosmic kind of properties to it. Instead of like there are continents, but they're separated by. This might be a spoiler. I'm sorry. Like if you want to play it, like these are very.
Adele spoiled COD Mobile.
This is I mean, I don't think it'll hamper like anyone's enjoyment of the game. But to be honest, like it might entice you to play it. But like the continents are separated by like unknowable like swathes of something called the Pale, which is just like a. There's not really any sort of real
It's like a
description of
miasma of just sort of
like
something else.
like
and there
a-
are pale workers who have the ability to wander into the
yeah.
But
I mean, I don't
most
want to say
people-
too much about.
Pale workers, are they in fact pale?
They can be any colour.
Bit pasty.
A bit pasty.
Can you make the
Peely
character?
You're looking at me bit
Peely
peely
wally.
Can you make the character whoever you want, like
Yes.
your own storyline?
So
Yeah, no, it's like
there-
your character is like extremely malleable, and it's your character like so. At the start, you put points into four different sort of categories of skills. You've got your intellect, your psyche, your physique, and your motorics, and you just have to decide, like as a detective, like which you think might be most useful. And
Physique.
In
Have you-
certain circumstances, if you want to play a fascist, which you can.
yeah,
You
so
can
there.
play
One of the biggest draws of the game, like I think, is that you can get really into like different sort of political ideologies. Like you can make like dialogue choices that will determine your character's political ideology, and you can like follow through on like very specific quests like relating to those. It's hyper detailed, like genuinely like incredible writing.
The art,
Like, I can't
the
like
writing and the art are fantastic.
I can't stress enough like how
art
beautifully
looks
written
pretty
this
good.
game is.
Yeah, You're seeing it there. It's almost Dishonored in style. That kind of like out of proportion features and stuff.
Yeah, it's
like elongated features and like that.
It's got like a sort of an impressionist kind of
Jack Vetriano, if you like that sort of style of painting almost.
Yeah, I mean like it's very
dirty. Wee Jack Vetriano for method. Fucking dirty wee boy he was.
I'm going to be going to see a Jack Vetriano.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Is he doing?
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
Can I
He's
come
in his...
along? Can I come?
Yeah,
I like a wee bit of Jack Vetriano.
I'm going to be
Didn't
going
wanna
with my
come out.
parents. We'll go on a nice
fuck
day.
my mom.
What?
I'm no con. You guys can go, but I'm no con.
Alan.
You guys go along, but like, me.
I don't know what it's.
Nah, you fuck my mom. Like.
Can we hear a little bit more about Disco Elysium, please?
I'm sorry, I was trying to
Move
my
away
thoughts.
from that.
So, I think that, like, I mean, there's a huge, like, the main gameplay is the dialogue. Like, you're a detective, you're trying to sort of solve a murder case, and
That's a disco
as a like if you imagine just like you know how in primary school you had like a hall that you go to that had like those disco lights and stuff. It was like a horrible little community center and stuff. Like you're playing as that. And
We
you're
went
just
to
sort of,
primary
like,
school in a shed.
you're trying to sort of like you're trying to like maneuver around a city like as like this wee primary school disco, and
No.
Is it in a sort of conga fashion? Is it a conga?
there is definitely the cha-cha slide.
Is there a big fish, little fish, and of course,
A cardboard
not forgetting,
box.
yes, the cardboard box.
And there is also inappropriate grinding.
It's a
Anyway,
really good game.
It's
I've
fantastic.
I've played it as well.
I think like it's best like gone in blind, but like it is there's not
Save Scum.
Literally
There's
blind.
not-
Wear a blind.
no don't save like,
I
think
saved Scum.
like,
Like,
I
it
sa-
really helps.
I saved Scum a wee bit but
if I really want it, because it's dice
Scum.
rolls. Your
Yeah.
choices are made on dice rolls.
it's very
and
heavily
part
based
of the
on
appeal
No,
is that
I feel like we need to go
fail
back.
and-
Save scum.
Yeah.
You just started saying, just don't save scum.
Save Scum. Right, okay, so Save Scum is when you save so much that any choice you make can go back, and you're not making choices and living by them. You're going back.
yeah
and
you're saving before
Yeah.
an important important dice roll, and if it doesn't come out good, then like you just reload. But the thing is
I
with
thought
Disco
that your
Elysium,
Tory
like
side was just coming out.
Yeah, I
again.
thought I was like,
I'm
don't
not
save the
saving
poor
scum.
Save Scum.
Why would I help
Well,
the
the thing is,
working class?
Yeah.
you could play as that character in this
Yeah.
game, like
The neoliberals. You can be neoliberal.
well, I don't know. Like I think it's, I don't know. I mean,
I'm
like
more of a classical liberal. myself.
Oh,
I'd say if I was, I'd say a classical liberal, but more of a modern libertarian.
So you would recommend the
I'm
Scum?
not actually. I was
No,
just,
I-
I was just.
I'm not even done.
I was just mocking people like Dave Rubin by saying classical.
You can't leave. I don't know where you're trying to go. You can't get out
no,
of this.
There's no exit here.
don't stand in my fish tank.
Where did you get that kitchen roll from? We've been trying to find kitchen roll in here for fucking. There's just puddles of piss on the
Mike
floor.
doesn't let us clean up.
Like
We
this,
shit,
like,
sleep, and eat here,
I would.
and all we
hate-
get is lamprey.
I would hate for the EHO to come here
If
and
they
see
could
what
get
he's
you.
see what he's getting up to, because by golly,
Is there anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to say about COD Mobile as well?
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there combat?
No, so like
There is, little bits.
Hey, I was about to say
You said no, and I corrected you.
it's not.
For you were wrong.
It's not like a sort of an RPG where like there's like random encounters that you have
Yeah.
to like
XCOM style
actually have to.
fighting.
Yeah,
Fallout
it's,
style where you
there's
get the
there's
option to kill
encounters
everyone.
where you will have to like potentially like kill people, but It's
There's
they're
so
all-
much
they're all-
story
it's all
built
sto-
into
it's-
these
yeah, it's
combat
there are story
situations.
elements, and the main like the way you sort of that you utilize your skills is through just dialogue. And the unique draw is just that, you know, your individual facets of your personality, your skills are like, you know, different facets of your personality, like, you know, your empathy, your authority, you know, like, so these
Could you create
These
basically
parts of-
just create Sherlock and try and have no empathy whatsoever?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely. But
Part of the brilliance.
Speaking of Sherlock, I've got a joke.
On you go.
What do you call a detective who stumbles across solutions to cases?
What?
Sherlock Holmes. Thank you.
What have you been playing, Dan?
I've been playing dominoes.
On your mobile
On my
or
mo-
in
on
real
my-
life?
on my
Because we
mobile.
had Jenny talk about Scrabble. So
I was playing
Board games.
domino on mobile.
was this for gambling purposes?
It wasn't for gambling purposes.
Okay.
But
Explain dominoes to the uninformed.
so, we've all seen dominoes before. They are the more traditional dominoes are made of ivory, but nowadays they're made of.
That's a bit out of style.
Are made of sort of animal friendly. I'd imagine some kind of polymer.
have you ever played dominoes with dominoes made out of human bone?
That's the
haven't.
hardcore shit.
Come round to mine afterwards.
I'm already there.
He still thinks we can leave. You haven't accepted that we're here.
Why don't you join?
No,
them?
have you not noticed the flat above?
There's noise. I've never seen anyone go up there.
I don't actually know who I am.
No one does.
Is
We're
Ben,
not getting
is Ben
metaphysical.
just like a code name like 007 or Jamiroquai?
Are you an insurgent? What are
you
you
sleeper
doing
agent?
here?
Are you a sleeper agent?
Why are you here?
I don't know. I thought I was Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman's long gone. There's no Alan Rickman coming back.
He's gone.
Oh, I liked him that one.
Well, he can come back if you want. Dominoes.
So basically there is you play with these oblong shaped.
An oblong?
It's an oblong.
It's a rectangle. With
But
curved
it's,
edges.
but it's 3D.
Oh.
So it's
Oh.
not really a
What's a
cuboid.
3D
but it's
rectangle?
oblong.
Anyone?
A cuboid.
A cuboid.
Cuboid. It's kind of a shallow cuboid, and they have dots on them going from the numbers 1 to 6.
I thought it went up to 9. Is it only 6?
6. And you put one
Restricted.
down, and then someone, if say I put one down that's got a 1 on one side, and across the dividing line there's a dividing line. And they've got 6. If they've got in their 7 dominoes, you all start off with 7. If they've got either a 1 or a 6, they can place down with the tips gingerly touching.
Oh.
And at the end of the game, you have a
Quite an
beautiful
intimate
snake.
game, though.
It is.
As we remember, in the old pub we used to visit, back in our hometown, there would be the weekly Dominoes game.
You
And
just
whoever
hear
won got to shag the other.
It was a contest of sexual might.
Instead,
Talk about an intimate
that's,
game.
it's the old person's version of spin the bottle.
They've got to find some way to make it interesting after all these years.
Whoever loses this game has to do 7 minutes in heaven.
Right, that's game. Go wipe yourself up, sonny.
Into the bathroom.
But I thought it would be apt to play dominoes, considering
Go wash your balls in the sink, please.
Clean yourselves up, wash the sweat off the foreskin.
I was looking through sort of family heirlooms / artifacts, and I found a
You
domino.
found a preserved foreskin.
I didn't. No, none of that. I did find a Domino's medal. My granddad, who had achieved many things in his life amongst.
Is that alongside the war medals? Is the
alongside
Dominoes
the
medal?
war? Yeah, he was 15 when he joined
the Domino's Club.
No.
Very young age for a Domino's player, that is.
Yeah, but that's how you become pro.
That's how you come pro.
I
You
hope
start
You're
Yeah.
making fun of a boy soldier. He saw horrible things in Belgium and France.
Playing Domino's.
He's a fucking
Playing
dog.
dominoes against the Germans in World War
That's
One.
how-
There was no shots
That's how the war
fired.
was
It
really
was just
won,
dominoes.
was through dominoes. Intense games of dominoes.
But amongst that, he was a dominoes champion, and I thought that I'd just go for
Honor your history.
that.
By
Exactly.
playing dominoes on
I
mobile.
thought it's in my blood. I'll
Yeah, like
I'll
reconnect with
play-
your
I'll-
ancestry.
exactly. I felt closer to him. Big up John.
Big up, John.
Big up John. Or Jock.
Adele's puffing solvents. Just,
I mean, it's acceptable in this bar. Anything goes here.
But since playing dominoes, I now having I watched a video.
Does everyone else smell smoke?
There's a lot of sledging involved,
What is sledging?
where you just jig them on a bit trash talk.
Ooh.
There's like you call people bitch. You slam your domino down, saying, "How you fucking like that?"
Someone say my name.
Alan.
And
Alan, well, how was your... You introduced Brian to Xanax. How did that go?
I was sorry. I'm so a little bit.
You've been smoking Cubans as well.
No, it's just a little bit wavy from my
not
last
not
bar.
the cigars, just actual
Cubans.
Cubans.
Whole
You
Cubans.
can just execute them down there. Just smoking Cubans. They've been like
Smoke the stump.
tied
Is
up,
this,
blindfolded. You can just put a gun to the head and pull the trigger.
It's liberating.
It's
That's how.
This is what I've heard you say,
I
Alan
heard
Rickman.
that you were actually responsible.
Alan
like,
Rickman,
for-
who
I know that-
executes Cuban men.
I know that hundreds and hundreds of people tried, but you actually managed to execute Fidel Castro, didn't you?
well, I mean,
I don't know if you're at liberty to talk about.
no, I mean, I'd like to take, I'd like to take the credit for that, but actually it was
It was Bill Nye, wasn't it?
No, it was Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel
Daniel
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Was this how old? Like how far into Harry Potter was this? Because surely you didn't know him beforehand. You weren't just.
I
sort
don't
of-
actually think he was alive at the time. I think I misjudged my bit a little bit there.
No, Daniel Radcliffe, famously 24 when he started playing Harry Potter in the first Harry Potter film.
Oh yes, I
He's
forgot. I
actually
forgot about his.
45 now.
I forgot about his hormonal Hermione. Hermione problem.
The Hermione problem,
That was
as it's known in the Potterverse.
That was a bit of a stretch.
So Harry Daniel came over with you to Cuba
Yes, it was Cuba.
and pulled the trigger
It was Havana.
in Havana.
Yeah, we snipped a few fingers off with cigar cutters first, as you do. I mean,
Guillotine, like the French. Big up,
A mini guillotine.
big up the
It's
revolution.
a cigar cutter.
yes.
This is getting into slander territory. But it's a
Slightly.
bit unbelievable.
I'd say if we're gonna slander anyone, it'd be fucking Fidel Castro. I'm sorry.
It was more Daniel Radcliffe.
As if Daniel Radcliffe's caring.
Yeah.
I'm also like completely wasted on Xanax, so you can't really take anything I say seriously.
Is it
Really?
Xanax or are other brands available?
No, I'll take any. Why
This
didn't-
episode is brought to you by Xanax.
It's really fucking addictive.
Since you take Xanax, sorry, how is your career as a SoundCloud rapper going?
Well, I
Why don't you show us some bars, Alan?
well, is someone gonna give me a beat?
No, we need some trap. Trap.
Yes, a little bit of a southern influence, please. Where's the hi-hat? Hi-hats in my... I can't hear the hi-hats.
Harry Potter.
It's mumble rap.
Where's the beat come?
Kieran, what have you been playing?
Famously, you do let the beat run out before you actually start rapping.
Well, I assume.
Quite avant-garde.
Yeah,
Basically, what he does for those that haven't listened. Sorry if I'm cutting in, Alan. Just tell me if I'm going too far. He basically lets the beat run out and then actually reads out Katie Price's autobiography. That's his style of.
She has a very lyrical quality to her, right?
She's had a wild life, and it really translates well to the mumble rap sphere.
You know what else translates well?
I say you're a bit of a poser actually. I only read the first sentence and I just repeated and for about 45 minutes.
Kieran, what have you been playing?
Oh, me, thank you. Entropy 02. Entropy, thank you.
What is this?
So it's a game developed by Breadman, which is a very small collective. It's a very niche, small group of people.
A little team of gamers.
Yeah, they only have like 2,000 followers on Twitter, but they made a game years ago, which is the first one, the prequel to this. It's a Half-Life 2 mod. It's free. You don't pay any money for it. But they do their own sound. They do their own dialogue. They do pretty much everything they set design. They just use all the social material from Half-Life and use all the characters, but change kind of names and shit. So the first game was I played God knows how many years ago, so I can't really remember much of the story. But supposedly the second one doesn't really care if you played the first one or not.
Right.
The second one you basically wake up as this police officer, and you're tasked to do a little task going around killing the wee fucking head creature things, jump on the head and make people zombies.
Head grabs.
Yeah, them. Go around them. You find out that you've had like amnesia and keep like resetting your memory, but you're caught. You remember the main thing you remember is you're a police officer. Your daughter's missing, your wife's dead, and they think you kidnapped your daughter or killed her. But there's a hierarchy in this kind of corporate world, and the people at the very top like you and your code name because you get shit done.
This sounds awfully familiar.
Do they?
Yes.
I thought like in the Half-Life universe, do they not live in like some kind of like authoritarian like police state where
Yeah,
Orwellian?
This is kind of who you work for as them, but they kind of change it around. And at the top, there's all those like floating slug-looking things who are kind of in charge. They're in charge in this, and they give you the task once because you hear a bunch of other police officers talking shit about you and saying that you killed your daughter, and so you rage out on them, you slaughter them all, and you black out, and you wake up in this room, and they're like, it's fine. They mean nothing compared to what you can give us. And then eventually they give you a gun and they send you away to like chill out a bit, and you're basically tasked with finding this doctor who's talking shit about this corporate company police fraction thing.
Okay.
That is the main game where you are just kind of going through, but I think the game itself, less than the campaign and the dialogue and all that shit, which is really good. It's mainly showing like what you can kind of do with it. So they've added an aspect where if you find other troops that are similar to you, or like police officers around the map or something, or they're shooting someone, or you're going through an area and they're clearing out, you can go up to them, and kind of like modern games where you can add them to your faction, and they'll follow you around.
Sounds almost like Bannerlord or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and you can tell them what to do. You can tell them to stop. You can tell them to shoot that person. But for a Half-Life 2 mod, which
what was that game? Faction Red River or something. Operation Red River, where it was like one of the first where you like controlled a group and you sent them out and.
Yeah, this is kind of like it's still the first person Half-Life where you shoot with all the creatures and you shoot the bad people and they're all trying to shoot you, and you can press buttons and doors open up and get new guns and all that kind of stuff. It's like you go up to someone, you can tell them to go stand there, or you can tell them to stop, or you can change them out if they're.
Is it still first person, or is it like a?
It's still first person.
Oh, okay.
It's free on Steam. The people who've done it do very good. The dial, like the speech and everything, the voice acting is great.
So better than that. The Morgan Freeman. What was that like bizarre mod that like?
Black Mesa?
No, Black Mesa is also a beautiful.
Yeah,
game.
that's like excellent. But like there was that weird. It was like I had a bunch of YouTubers did voice acting for it, and it was a complete trash fire. Because what was what's it called? It's like Free the something. I don't know. Like I never played it, but like I heard a lot about it. Apparently it was dreadful.
Yeah. Well, the first one they made again years ago only was like an hour long. It wasn't much of a campaign. It was more of a test demo to see what they could do. This one has like 7 chapters, which I'm not near the end of it yet because it is, but it's supposedly quite a long game. They've put years into it.
Reminds me of the big modding news, which is Fallout London.
Which, yeah, when that comes out, I am sweating that game. Fuck. I don't know, if it, but
Huge game length mod, which is just
yeah,
Fallout
they've taken
in London.
and they've got their own They've done again their own dialogue. They've done.
Whole campaign.
They've added new guns, new armor, new like everything. They've changed the whole. They use again source material from the game.
You need Fallout 4, yeah.
Yeah.
They've taken the assets from Fallout 4 and put it into.
This though is
This
quite good.
new
You
mod.
don't need the base game.
Right, okay. Because I remember playing Gmod and stuff, and you needed like Half-Life
Yeah,
and
I
everything
was
for
gonna worry.
that. Otherwise, it was just big red error signs floating about your screen.
This says it's a mod and it says add mod and you can go into it, but turns out you don't need the base game. It just runs automatically because it must have all the stuff saved into it. Like I don't really know how it works behind
And
the
they don't
scenes.
make any like money from this then. It's
No,
just free to play.
No.
Yeah, man.
From what I looked on their Twitter for months, they've been like showing off little kind of clippets of here and there and stuff they've added. But no, it's completely free. It's pretty. It's a pretty fun little campaign to go through. Hear all the voice acting. There's like they change. It's you start off with kind of blurry vision because you just woken up and like you're trying to go around
In
and
a
you,
test tube.
yeah,
I think.
and you're setting off. You're kind of set off in the day, and you're hearing all these people talk shit about you. I would turn on subtitles because some of the voice acting is.
too British. Alright. Before
And some of the voice acting sounds like the microphones on the other end of the room, and they're
Yeah.
way
In the
back
back.
there. Yeah, so you kind of have to hear it, but it's very good. There's also even like NPCs who are like nowhere near who are not part of the game. They'll have their own wee voice things, and they'll talk shit about if you get close to them. But it's pretty. Apart from that, though, it is a very good game.
Valve need to like hire fans because they're not doing anything.
Half-Life Alex.
The only reason I saw this game is because it was recommended, like on Steam. Apart-
You've got VR.
Yes,
Did
it's
you
back
play
there.
Half-Life Alex?
No, because it wasn't on the Oculus when I got mine.
Oh.
It might be out now, but
I've heard
from
it's
the
very
last time
good.
I've looked, it was not. Because the one I've got has all the Walking Dead games on it, which I've been meaning to play because they are supposedly very good. They're also bringing it into the game. People who made the Walking Dead VR game.
Oh.
It's like
Something like the Walking Dead game that
The
like,
Telltale
PewDiePie.
it's open world and you can go around between all these cities and meet people and speak to people, and you can change the way the game works with what dialogue you choose. But that I played for, I know it's not changed the subject, but I played on the VR. It was called Arizona. It was a zombie game. No much of a storyline to it, just kind of go here and
Is
go
it in
here.
Arizona?
I believe so, yeah. But it's meant to show off how zombie games and that can kind of work in VR, and the way you can, if you run out of guns or other stuff, you can pick up and beat the shit out of zombies with. VR is a very good thing. I would highly recommend it. If you've got money, because a lot of the games are very expensive for games that might only last you 10 minutes.
See, just when I think of VR, I just think, what was that Jonah Hill and fucking TV program? The one on Netflix. I'm an eagle.
The Lawnmower Man. Oh, Maniac.
Maniac. I just think of that guy that's getting off on VR. Do you not remember that?
No.
Ah.
It's like the when Netflix took over Black Mirror.
Oh
He
shit.
put his co-workers
Where
in
I-
Star Trek.
Like
That
it
was
just
fucking
didn't. It just
hilarious.
didn't let you make your own choices at all. Because if you decided to sort of like shitlord it like I do, they were just like, oh fuck you.
Oh,
You've got to
like
play
Bandersnatch.
that.
Oh,
yeah,
that.
No, actually, I quite enjoyed, but I was shit-faced the entire time, to be honest, when I played it.
Is that the
Like,
one where you choose your own endings and stuff, or you choose
Yeah.
dialogue and stuff?
There are like a few dead ends. I don't know, like there are like certain pathways that are quite fun to sort of find. There are like fairly, I don't know, like hidden, like deeply buried, like
Roots.
yeah, like the like you have to like follow very specific sort of choices, but like I don't know, it's not really worth watching it over and over and over again.
Well, we have a special plug. Adele has something suspect to tell us?
Highly suspect. Ratatouille reference.
Well, I play this game. It's like a social game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Advocate Life.
What's it called?
Advocate Life.
Advocate Life.
Yeah. So I've played that for like just over 5 years.
Spell it out for the listeners.
Sure.
No, I like advocate just doesn't sound like a word to me.
Advocakin. Life.
Advocate. Oh, I thought you said advocate.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so basically I played that for like over 5 years now, and then 2 years ago, like, I've got like 856,000 followers on Instagram as well. So they put this application out, and you can apply to be a trendsetter, and 10 people get selected.
Influencer.
Trendsetter, that's what they're like called on it, and content creator thing. And then 10 people get selected, which I was like so excited when I got accepted. So I have to like make video content for them. They'll give like projects and stuff. So you work with like the people who create the game basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, but like it's a big community.
So do you have like a YouTube channel that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok.
Plug them. We'll put them in the
I'll keep that
link
silent
in
just
the
now.
put the
I think
links
they're-
in the description.
You know, like secret, aren't they? You've got a second life.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Like,
it's
I've got,
hush
like,
hush.
Yeah, I've got like so many fans.
Well,
like,
this is your secret life. You don't exist outside of here.
well, and it's really good because like on the social media you do like about
The social media.
Black Lives Matter. You've got
You sounded like such a mum there. On the social media.
On the net.
I'm on the YouTubes.
and then they do like pride and everything. Like everything's involved in the game, and then you see so many creators coming up doing like videos now, video edits, storylines, and the game's really good because you can like edit your houses, just hang with people, or
Is it
I
like
think I've heard
Sims?
about.
dance groups and everything. What?
Is it like Sims?
A lot better than Sims. Like you're like can do whatever you want. You can meet like so many.
Is it
people.
better than Club Penguin?
Never heard of that.
It's almost like these.
Please,
It's almost
please,
like.
please God, tell me that you're being sarcastic.
Sounds like
No, I
She's
swear I
young.
haven't.
Ready Player
Young.
One.
What?
That like the
She's
Oasis in Ready Player One.
Not heard of them. I
The-
actually
the
met
film.
like 3 people from the game in real life last year. That's pretty cool actually. And then there's actually like a big liquid building, and you can actually go to events and stuff there. And, yeah.
Another life. On the net.
very
There's
life.
a lot. There's a lot of smut on it. A lot of smut.
Fanfic.
I don't know. I think it's like I started like 5 years ago, so I've already like built relationships. So like maybe the new people that come now, they're like a lot younger.
What is so in Sims it's called woohoo. What is it called in
It's just like normal public chat.
no
Sort of thing.
you said there was smut and filth.
Yeah, I think like a.
Yeah, like
Can
also
you
you
can,
get like
can
terms
you
on,
can
like,
you
any game like.
I think like as far as I've seen, like you can play fairly fast and loose with like the live chat and stuff.
Oh no,
in
that's
game.
like totally strict now. Like
Is
any
it? Alright,
sexual kind
okay.
of stuff you get banned. Like maybe info, that's like another social game and you can do what you want. But like African,
Do
they're
people like
quite strict with it.
meet their partners who they start like a whole life
is
with
there
on
any
this
Yeah,
site?
that's-
is there any marriages that have come from
Yeah,
Oh, big
We'll
eye.
bleep.
she literally went to like her boyfriend from the game. And they've been together for like nearly 2 years now.
Lovely.
No.
So it's cute.
It's nice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, you know, I'd never heard of it like before, sort of like hearing it about it from you. But like it's I think like when I did hear about it, like I went on YouTube and the majority of it was just
I think that was actually the other game though.
Oh right,
Yeah.
oh okay then, yeah.
There's
no,
a
that's like-
mysterious other
It's,
game.
Yeah, like
it's
the other
probably
game's
just
messed up.
clickbaity stuff. Like people think what's going to get views on YouTube, and it's sex.
Like they literally like worked with The Voice on TikTok, so like that came onto the game as well, and that was getting promoted by that on TikTok for them and everything.
Can
as
you
well.
meet Will
Like
I Am
watching
again?
Tenet in
Why
Fortnite.
would you want to?
On that, thank you for sharing, everyone in the Latency Lounge. Alan, Brian, goodbye.
They're off.
Are they gone?
Are they gone?
I believe they might be gone.
Passed out.
I'm about to die.
Again. Thank you for joining us on Latency Lounge. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
At least 4